Good morning, everybody. Welcome in House Edge live with old Johnny here from Pro Craps on Casino Gaming TV. Um, the show may actually be moving soon. I was talking to some friends last night, and I'm thinking about making a little bit of a move here with the channels. I'm considering going back and doing this live show from the Pro Craps channel coming up soon. I think that channel's got more subscribers to it, so we'll get some more eyeballs on the show, I think. And I don't know. I'm finding it difficult to manage both channels, and they're kind of doing the same thing twice a lot of times. So I'm going to try and refocus my energies on one place, not two. What I might actually do, frankly, is rename Pro Craps channel to Casino Gaming TV and call this one something else, and use it for a whole different thing. Potentially, I don't know. I want to do other games. Right, I want to do roulette and blackjack and box. I don't really want to make it Pro Craps anymore. I want to maybe change that channel's name to something else. Maybe we'll use Casino Gaming TV over there. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. It might be called like Gambling State, or I don't know. We'll find a new name for it. But really, that's going to become the hub. And what I'll do there is I'll have some playlists that are like, craps playlist, the roulette playlist, the whatever playlist, and kind of let it span the games, and also have my generic gambling stuff playlist. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. I don't know what to do. I'm just kind of waffling a little bit. It's just hard to have two channels, and it's hard to get focused on doing something for that when I have to prepare for this. Anyway, not to worry. It'll still be a show every day. It just matter what channel you're going to be subscribed to get to it. All right, let's jump in. And I got a couple of I don't know if it's interesting things, but I got some rants today. Today's been kind of a ranty day. So let's talk about our bridge stuff here. So first of all, today's going to be a day where I talk about a couple of these things, and we're going to talk. And I say it a lot, right? The bankroll, what's your money capable of? How do you handle loss and leverage your wins? That kind of thing. Understanding risk, understanding what opportunity is, and how to identify and how to seize upon it. Right? Opportunity to win or walk. It's two things. Ken has us in this challenge that we're doing, realizing the opportunity to walk, where a lot of things we're doing are trying for opportunities to win. Little bit different there. We'll talk about it. Discipline, of course, gets you through it all, right? And I think that the thing that ties it all together is strategy. And so between strategy and bankroll, you can satisfy a lot of the other stuff if you've got discipline and a high emotional intelligence, right? It's the rare person that has all this stuff kind of figured out, right? And again, make your pie chart according to your strengths and weaknesses and what is important to you, right? To me, bankroll is not important. So I don't play bankroll-driven things, right? And that's why it's a small sliver for me. But for you, it might be a big sliver. Who knows, right? I think it's important, though, that you really lean into what you know, understand, feel, and love. It'll increase your enjoyment of the game. It'll also help you to stay locked in, right? And that's a big part of it. Anyway, here we go. Craps for the Cure, as you know, is September 13th and 14th in Vegas at Casino Quest and at Palace Station. Is going to be the live play. There's a picture right there of our new pup. That's Pearson, named after Ed Robinson, after his son. That's Pearson. He's just getting going. This is a picture I got this morning, actually, from Lori. This is his first outing, so he's meeting outside dogs for the first time and getting acclimated to some. I don't want to say acclimated to the crazy, but acclimated to what it's like to be out there with not just his trainer. So he's rolling along just fine. And we got some other stuff coming up for the event. Tickets, by the way, $100 if you want to come. If you're going to be in Vegas that weekend, we'd love to have you out there. $100 gets you your gift bag, and of course the bracelet, which gets you on the private table. And it just helps helps Casino Quest out, because they're going to give up about a quarter of their facility just for us, right? So that if you're going to be there, please come on out. You'll notice that we got some new numbers in here. We've sold 4 tickets. We had an online donation for $750 yesterday. There's another one coming for $1,000 today. So we'll have $1,750 in online donations as of tomorrow, hopefully. So yeah, we're again trying to raise. I'd love to raise half the money before we get there. Right, we have a month to get it done. Go to crapsforthecure.com. You'll find there's a couple links across the top. One of them is for the tickets. One of them is for pay for training, which actually go there and literally you can go buy a bag of dog food. You can buy a training collar. You can buy the vest. You can buy specific things that will just go right to the pups. It's very easy. It's very tactical. It'd be cool if we can get that stuff sold even before we get there, but it'd be great. So anyway, go to crapsforthecure.com, get that stuff done, and I'll have the new page opened up by Monday. Actually, 2 pages. One will be where you can buy the big stuff, buy the heavies Access Crap seminar. You can buy. We got some new prizes in from David at Casino Quest, including a gambling experience with him and Alex kind of thing. I'll make the website pages over the weekend and get those published once I have some pictures and that kind of thing. So yeah, a lot of cool stuff happening in that world, and we'll get more and more energized on it as we get closer to the event. But yeah, if you want to come, it's a great time, man. Vegas is down, as you probably have heard. Rooms are about, I don't know, 60% full right now, which means you can get a room for cheap. They're just giving them away. They want people in town. So it's a great time to be there. Last year, it was super expensive because we picked a race weekend. This year, there's nothing going on, right? There's no events. There's no concerts. There's nothing happening except for cheap rooms and fun with me. So get your asses out there. Please come on out there. Duracell asks me, are there any other mid-mo-yo fundraiser? Not yet, but that's coming. So we talked yesterday about, maybe you weren't here, about maybe this being the last real Craps for the Cure event, right? The event's hard to operate. There's a lot goes on behind the scenes, and it's really a lot, right? And because I'm not independently wealthy, I can't do it full time, right? So it's a lot. What I've thought about doing is something like an ongoing sort of during the year fundraiser, like during the show. Hey, if you want to donate. The one thing about moving the channel to Pro Craps, right, is, and you're saying changing it would lose my current audience. Well, it's the same audience. Most people are subscribed to both channels. It's about launching the live show from the Pro Craps channel instead of this channel. It's the same audience, just a matter of flipping the bit. On the Pro Craps side, the other advantage is I have enough subscribers over there that I can turn on the donation button. So in the chat right now, you can super chat and it goes to me, and I of course appreciate that. I never ask for it, but it's nice. On that channel, because it's got so many subscribers, I can turn the super chat into a donation chat. So you can say during the show, you can click the button and say, "Hey, I'm going to give $10 to Layla's fund for Chiro," or I can give $10 to the vets. Right? I can select charities that will be honored by your chats live. That channel has the ability to do that. This channel does not. Right? That's another reason why I want to move over there and do the show from that channel instead, because we can do ongoing fundraisers throughout the year, and then sporadically, as you all feel like dropping $10, $15, whatever you want to do, it can happen during the live shows. This channel, I can't do that on. We're just too small of a channel. So that's why I'm going to make the move to ourselves. It's the same people. It's just you're going to get the notification from the PC channel versus the CGTV channel. That's the only thing. So I shouldn't be splitting the audience, really. And the new channel, what I want to do, it's called Pro Craps now, obviously, right? I just want to do like I've been doing, like the paycheck series. I want to do it with roulette, right? I don't want to be locked into craps on that channel all the time. So I want to be able to, if I want to do a daily paycheck in roulette, or I want to do like a math lesson, like we used to do for craps, but use roulette as the example, having that on a channel called Pro Craps feels weird. Anyway, that's what I'm thinking. So I haven't really kind of locked into it yet, but that's where my head is right now. And anyway, nothing will change as far as your lives go. It'll just be, the same background, the same time, the same everything. So nothing really ought to change, I hope. All right, let's get into this. Oh God, what happened there? What in the world happened? Wow, why did it go so crazy? Look at that mess. What happened? What in the world? I hit the wrong button. Jeez, Lou. There we go. My goodness, I hit the wrong button. All right, we're doing this. Geez, sorry about that. This 1-win challenge with Ken. Okay, now, the first things first. Ken has got this cool strategy that he and Wayne come up with called what do they call it? The retirement plan, and it's gone great. It's been undefeated. It's been doing awesome. And then he put the challenge that, hey, this is like win 1 unit and get the hell out of here kind of thing. He's building his bankroll small. And if you recall, when I did my daily paycheck series, we found out during that series that, hey, let's win small every day and not worry about the losses. We'll just win small. And it worked. He's doing the same thing. And it's fantastic. He's put out a challenge to all the YouTubers. Find your 5 best strategies, your fantastic 5 that can make 1 win and then walk away, right? One win reliably, get the hell out of there, right? And I've modified it to some degree. Like, can your strategy win a unit or a win? Can it win a bullet? Or can whatever move you're trying to do in the strategy work? Like, can you make the move happen, right? Whatever. It's good to me to see that, right? It creates discipline. If I can get a unit win, if I can get a bullet win, or if I can get the move to work and I stop, boom. I'm working the discipline muscle. I'm not trying to sit here and win a bunch of money. I'm trying to sit here and create this feeling of when it happens, right? We're seeing rhythm and variance happen in real time, right? Again, it's very easy, and I'm not going against Ken or anybody else. It's very easy, though, to record a video and it works or it doesn't work and you're done, right? Like Jeremy does this a lot, right? He'll do a strategy, he rolls one video out and you go, oh, that's cool, let me try it in the casino. Waylon will put a video out and most of the time play it once, right? Sometimes he'll do like the world's greatest strategy 5 or 6 times. But most of the time it's one time and you get to see it and that's it. I'm doing these things every freaking day and I'm doing them live. Why? Because it's fun to make fun of me when I lose, for sure. But really, it's about really seeing the rhythm of a strategy and the variance and how it affects the strategies, right? We practice money management. We get stress tests on these things. And we learn how to recover if we can when a strategy goes down. All of that to help you find your way of playing. Now, we've had some confusing messaging here from me, right? Where I'm like, do I want to win a unit? Do I want to win at anything? Do I want to win a bullet? It doesn't matter so long as you're winning, right? Or you're winning. That's the whole point of it. But we're uncovering as we go here, and I'm watching like Ken's comment section and my comment section, and of course the chats here, right? We've introduced a couple of new factions that are kind of at war with each other, and we're going to talk about some of this today, right? There's always been the DI versus the science guys. The back wall is going to undo whatever you think you're doing. You can't do it, right? And you know how I feel about that. I think certain shots can surpass what you think the science and physics are capable of, right? But that's another story. You have the players versus the math guys. The math guys will say low house edge, pass line odds, combat odds. That's the only way to play. And then there's players who understand that the tables have rhythm and that things happen and that money management and discipline and good decision making make a difference. And picking my own bets makes a difference, right? Winning once and walking away makes a difference, right? That's a war that we've kind of always had going. Ken was talking to me about, the John Patrick days way back in the 80s. People were fighting about this shit back then too. Now we're seeing these two things pop up, right? One, ladder guys versus the guys who play for 10 bullets. I land in the middle of that, by the way. Like, I don't like a negative progression. I don't like it. Small ones maybe, but I don't like it because it takes too much bankroll, and I don't have the bankroll. I just don't enjoy playing that way. Also, there's the guys that say you need to bring 10 bullets. You're going to run your strategy 10 times. It's going to work or it's not, right? That's two factions of looking at things that really don't like each other, right? When you think about the guys in chat and the guys you watch on other shows that just do, like, you got to have a ladder or you're an idiot. Or if you're not playing for opportunity, you're missing out on every single roll. Okay, well, there's truth on both sides of that thing, right? That lands here in the middle somewhere. And I'm going to show you what I mean by landing in the middle on that thing. But really what it comes down to is grinding out a win, Ken style, right? Or going David style and looking for opportunity at every turn, right? You're either playing for a home run or you're playing for a daily paycheck, right? Can those two strategies or ways of thinking ever merge? Or is it going to be one of these all the time, right? That's the real question. And we're finding out that when you look at chats, you got people on both sides of that, and they're dug in, man. They are dug in so hard. It just cracks me up. And again, the real player versus math guy thing, the players understand that you can grind, you can hunt opportunity, you can play as ladder in certain circumstances, and you can use bullets in certain circumstances, right? All of those things can be true, just probably not at the same time. All right. But again, you got to have an open mind to really see that stuff. Okay. Now, I want to talk to you about goals today. And again, we're working today towards the one win and walk, right? But here's the thing, and Ken brought this up on a show last night. He called me out on the show last night, and I think it's a great point. And I want to lean into it here. Not all strategies work the same, nor do all strategies serve the same goal. They're just not built for that. Okay. As an example, a grinder will make a paycheck, but it cannot create opportunity. Okay. Let's take a look at the pass line parlay as an example, right? Where we take a 1 unit pass line bet. If it wins, we parlay it. Now it's a 2 unit bet. If it wins, we parlay it. Now it's a 4 unit bet. If it wins, we parlay it, and it's a 4 unit win, and we're out of there with 7 units, right? That's it. That's the whole thing, right? If that shooter, and again, it's a pass line play, right? If you win those 3 bets, right? The 3 parlays, right? If you win them, it might be 2 come out sevens and a point being made. It might be 3 points being made. That shooter could have 50 rolls. All you're doing is waiting for your pass line parlay to win, right? That's a grinder system. It will not create opportunity other than the 7 units that it's capable of winning, and that's it, right? That's okay if you're there for a paycheck. If you're there to make $1,000 from a $200 buy-in, it ain't going to happen. That's not the way that you do it. But a lot of people will employ a strategy like that and wonder why they're not making the thousands of dollars that other people are. They get the FOMO, right? The guys that have home run hitting strategies, David's the perfect example, right? All these ways to play, what do they call it? I forget what they call the spread one and whatever else, the GM spin, right? And the other ones like that. Those are all home run hitters. The skill 66 is a home run hitter, right? It's a 2-hit move, right? And it sets you up for opportunity. It sets you up to go hit the big one, right? You never make a steady paycheck with that. We've been doing this all 2 weeks now, right? Have I made a steady paycheck with the skill 66, or has that thing gotten its absolute ass handed to it every single day, except for a couple? Unless you get lucky out of the gate, that thing gets its ass destroyed. So does duck and cover. Those are home run hitters. Those are strategies designed to get you out of the hand, play for free, and then hope you get a big long run and make it happen, right? Those strategies will never be good for winning a daily paycheck. Something steady that you can go in the morning with your coffee and win a few units and call it a day. Those strategies cannot do that. They're there for this. If your goal is to win 4x your bankroll, you're not bringing a grinder. You're not going to play the horseman. You're not going to play the retirement plan and try and win $1 million playing craps. You're just not, right? By the same token, if you're trying to win $100 a day, you are not playing the skill 66. You're not playing duck and cover. They are made for different goals. And if you're smart and you watch my show and you watch Ken's show and you watch Waylon's show and you watch Jeremy's show, you will learn what these things are designed for and understand that and lean into that when you're there for that kind of a goal. It's been said, ladders and progressions are the secret sauce. Maybe. How spicy do you want it, right? I like a positive progression. I like to take a small unit and make it big as it goes, she said, right? That's the way I like to do it. Lose a little bit, lose as little as I can when I lose, win as much as I can when it goes good. I like a positive progression. Some folks like a negative progression, where as they lose, they bump and they bump and they bump and they bump and they win, catch it all back up again and work their way either back down or parlay that win. There's a sauce in there. It's a matter of how you want to spread it across your sandwich, right? And that's the thing. These ladders and progressions, you got to be careful with it because they're very bankroll dependent. Okay, bankroll. Now you know what your goal is. Your bankroll talks about leverage, longevity, and maybe laddering, right? Your questions: what's my bankroll capable of? If I buy in for $300, my bankroll is not, generally speaking, capable of winning 1,000, unless it gets lucky. You buy in for $300 and you can win a quarter or $50. Your bet size is going to be $10. You buy in for $300, your bet size will likely be $10. Your bankroll is not capable of a ladder when you buy in for $300 unless you buy in at a bubble craps machine and you're playing dollar bets, right? You have to know that before you start playing. You're not capable of doing certain things. Gargoyle uses this example a lot too, where he talks about the difference between a $5,000 buy-in and a $500 buy-in, right? The guy who's buying in for 500 and goes 64 across has nowhere to go, right? He has nowhere to go. 64 across about 8-9 times, and please God, make it work. He can't regress from that. He can only play hard from that. The guy buying in for $5,000 can go out 640 across. It's the same percentage out of his bankroll. But guess what? After a couple of 2-3 wins, he can regress down to 64 across or 160 across or whatever and play hard from a position of strength, right? Your bankroll is capable of either pray to God I win with what I got, or use it as leverage to get to where I want to be and then play the way I want to play. That's, if you don't know that going in, you're going to get tore up. Again, this is why the bridge is important. Understanding your bankroll, what it can do for you, is a big deal. Most people make that mistake and don't realize it. You got to know what your strategy can do with the bankroll you've got. Which one matches your bankroll? Which style of play matches your bankroll? It's an important thing. If you lose, can it support you? Right? Are you playing 10 bullets and you know you got 10 cracks at something? You're trying to ladder. How many steps can you go with your bankroll? You got to know that before you start to play, before you buy into the table. That's critically important, right? So your goals and your bankroll have to manage with a strategy that's going to work, right? The marriage of all of that, right? This strategy is the best suited for that goal. What bankroll do I need to get that thing to work? All right. So here we are. We're looking at the one win challenge again today. The win, one, and walk. We're going to look for one net win, one something, right? Now, we're going to change it up a little bit, right? We have discovered, hopefully you've seen it, right? Some of these, home run or bust strategies don't work for the one unit or the one win and walk type of thing, right? It's more better, more gooder to do more grindy kind of ways, right? The horseman, the pass line progression. I'm going to show you James Newberry's don't pass ladder today, the simple one, right? I'm going to show you Uncle Angelo's backwall lay. I'm not going to play it every day, but I'm going to show it to you today because it's interesting what he was going for back in the day. It's kind of a cool, fun way to play, but I'll show it to you. We may not do it every day, but it's kind of a fun one. And of course, we'll play Wayland's Red Cross. That's the one that's got the opportunity built in, but it also has a ladder. So there's a couple ladders in here that we'll look at. These are good for win one and walk away type of plays. These are good for excess play. When you win more than you ought to, when you build up that excess bankroll. Ken's got the envelope with excess. It's got like whatever, 5K in it. This is when you try to create opportunity. This is when you run the Philly special or tier pressure or a pineapple press or a duck and cover or whatever you're going to do that's designed to destroy a hot table. You use your excess money to do that. Once you've won in your grinder ways and you've built up this sort of play stack over here to do this kind of stuff, that's when you can do it. If you want to use one of these kind of plays, these more like low house edge grinder styles to create some income, even at the table, create some excess play at the table, a few $300, and put it to the side, and then go in and say, now we're going to go after some long runs. Then you play these things and you play them without risk, without raw risk. These are not going to make your paycheck. These are going to turn your paycheck into a big win, potentially. These are never going to turn you into a big win, but they will earn you a paycheck and help you grow the excess. So strategies married to goals and what strategy matches your bankroll. All of that together creates the complete player and the complete experience. That's what it's all about. That, or like I said before, you can be a pure math guy. You can flip the table and say, fuck it. None of this is going to work. I'm just going to go past line max odds and just kind of sit there and have a cigar and say, I give up. The casino's got me anyway. I'm just going to do the one thing, right? So there's that. All right, let's go play a little bit and get into. Oh, sorry, I got the thing up there. And let's get on. And, by the way, these titles down here are going to be wrong. Shoot, do you mind if I fix it real quick? Because I want to make sure that I get that right. Give me a second here. I need to go in here and change one thing. You get to watch me make the sausage again. I gotta fix the bottom headlines here are incorrect. So the first one we're gonna play is the horseman. The second one that we're gonna play is which one? We're gonna play, hold on. The pass line progression, then Newberry's DP ladder. So I gotta label these things right. This one here is gonna be the pass line. Number 2. I'm gonna call it line progression. The third one we're going to play is Newberry's. Number 3 is going to be the Newberry's ladder. Number 4, sorry about this. I should have done this before. Number 4 is going to be, I think we said number 4 was going to be the Uncle Angelo's backwall lay, which I think you'll think is the stupidest thing, but it's such a fun way to do it. And the last one's going to be the red cross. We'll do the red cross is the one. Number 5 is going to be the red cross. Come on. This one here is going to be fun. That's the one that's actually like more of a home run hitter than anything else, but you'll see how we do it. All right, now we're back to normal. I think we should get, come on. There we go. Okay, sorry. And we're back. All right, Hedgeless Horseman, here we go. I'm going to switch views down to the table view, and we'll get things set up. We'll start playing these things out. So let's go. And you'll see that the bankroll management is different for all of them. So let's hit this desktop view. Move the stuff out the way, and here we go. Get a little bit of coffee. Let's bring the bankroll over. All right, the horseman. Here we go. This is a 5 unit per. Now, again, the horseman, by the way, can be played at other levels. I'm going to show you a couple of things here, okay? We'll do it maybe a couple times, right? I like the horseman at 2 units on the don't and 3 units on the combats. I like that ratio. Of all the ratios, I like that one the best, okay? Why? Because when you get a point set, your first combat's in, if the 7 comes here, right, you're going to win a net 3 units. If that combat gets set, though, and your next combat comes in and you get a 7 here, you lose the one that got set, but you still win here and here, and your net return is 2 units. You still have your 5 and you have 2 units left. If you're here in the don't and you get 2 combat set, right, on your 3rd combat, you're all 5 units in. If the 7 comes on roll 3, again, you lose these 2. You win 2 down here and you win 1 here. And as you can see, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units, a unit in profit, right? On the 3rd roll. If all 3 combats get set and you're on your don't pass, now you're in a world of hurt. You could hit the point and lose this. But you know what? Hit the point and lose those 2, but all 3 combats pay. Guess what? You still win a unit. You're still going to be up a net unit if all 3 combats resolve for you, right? If you're here and one of them resolves, right? These 2 lose on a 7, but you win down here, you're still up a unit. There's so many ways to win a unit in the horseman. It's a great strategy. Somebody asked in chat, can the horseman be used on a cruise ship? Absolutely. I used it all the time on my last cruise, right? It's a great way to grind out a little bit of a win. But as you see us play here, most of the time, you're up and down around your bankroll size. You're going to be here, 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 here. You're not going to be here. You're not going to be here most of the time. You're going to be kind of growing through. All right, here we go. And by the way, I made a huge mistake yesterday. I thought I was down here. There's 800, 905. I actually lost 320 on the what do you call it? On the last Dallas drawdown. I rolled a 7. I thought it was an 8. Somebody called me out on that. I didn't realize it. So here's the 320 that I lost on that roll that I should have lost. So now we're chasing all this. Okay, so I'm going to make sure that the bankroll is honest. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1,000, 1,200, $1,325 we're down. So that's the result of playing all that right side stuff last week and this week. Here we go. Let's put this over here. Let's play the horseman. And again, this is a great comp builder. The horseman gets full comps for every bet. It's awesome. All right, let's do it. I'll play it twice. I'm going to do it once regular, and I'll show you once if you want to see how you ladder it. Here we have 5 bullets of 5, so it's very stable. Okay, out we go on the don't pass. We have 3 combats on the way. Let's just avoid combat roll disaster. And we have a 9, a 5, and a 4. So there's the point is 9. So looking for a 7 there. Let's see if we can get a combat to get set. 4, 3, 7. Welcome to Johntown. You win in the come, you win on the don't, and there's your 3 units in profit. There's your bankroll, your bullets back, and you're done for the day. $75 winner. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. Horseman does it 1 shooter today, right? I do want to show you because people ask all the time, how do you ladder the horseman? I'm going to show you how you ladder the horseman. If I ladder it, this, by the way, is 5 bullets of 5, right? So it's $500, $625 in total risk. If you want to ladder it, you ladder it by 1 unit each. Okay, so the first bullet, right? The first level is a 2 unit don't and 1, 2, 3 come bets. Okay, the next level up from that would be a 3 unit, and then we'll have to go to 2, 2, and 2 like this. There's not, unless you want to go to red chips, right? If you're going to go, 50% of this 2 to 1, really this should be about $40, but I'm not going to dink with red chips. That's a way to ladder that. The next level would be a true 4 units, and then we'll go 2, 2, and 2. Okay, that's the way you ladder it. Now the same bankroll that we had from before, right? Minus this extra quarter here. Before we had 5 bullets. Now I've got 3 bullets. So laddering is cool if you happen to go down, but your bankroll now has less juice, less power in the bankroll. I can only go 3 times. If I get whacked 3 times, that's all we have. This is what ladders do to you, right? If you really should have to get 5 bullets, the next one, right? It goes to 4. It goes to 5 units on the don't, and then 3, 3, and 3, and then it's going to go to 6 units on the don't, right? You're always got to level it up to that degree. So anyway, we really should, if I'm going to do this the right way, we really should do it like this. Let's actually get the levels right. I think the levels are a little bit too soft. We really should go 4 units, 2, 2, and 2. I think that's the better way to do it. Really level it up. And then the next one would be 6 units, 2, 4, 6. And then 3, 3, and 3. That's actually a better way to do it. So it's 2 to 1, 2 to 1, 2 to 1, but it's 6 to 3, 4 to 2. All right. So again, bigger bankroll requirement and less bullets. All right, here we go. Let's go play it out. I'm going to play it out a couple times, and maybe we'll lose a little bit, and you'll see what I mean, right? But there it is. You have 3 bullets with a little bit more bankroll requirement. So you only have a couple less. You have less cracks at making it work. If it happens to be. Here we go. Let's play it out with the ladder system. All right, we'll do 2 units on the don't, and if I lose anything at all, we're going to level up. All right, there's a 5 on the come out. We're going to come here. There's a 10. There's your comeback. There's a 5. Okay, so we lose the don't. Comeback travels to the 5. Next bet goes to the pass line. And there's 11 yo. That's great. Pass line winner. Come out 7. So these 2 bets fall. The pass line wins. And here we are. Right? That whole series resulted in a loss of 2 units, right? So what you do, ladder up, right? When you're down, you go up a ladder. Now we're going to go to 4 units on the don't pass. 1, 2, 3, 4 units. That's actually a black chip. And then 2 unit comebacks. We're going to go to the next level. Here we go. Coming out. Midnight. Doesn't matter. A 10. That's perfect. Awesome. And now our come-bets now are, again, half of the size. So 2 units each one. A 10, of course. We lose our don't. Come-bet goes to the 10. Now we're a pass line player. That's going to be a 9. There's your point. Give me a 9 or a 10. We got a 7. So we lose the 10. We win in the come. And we lose our pass line bet. So the net result of that is 4 units. And again, we're down. We do, however, have our first bullet. There's your 5 units for the first bullet. That's back. But this one here is getting killed. Now we come out again. We ladder up one more time. And this one here is going to be 3, 3, and 3. and down here it's 150. All right, so there's the next progression up. Oh, that's the profit from before. We have that extra sitting there. All right, we got a 10. That's great. 3 units in the come. A 7. Good timing. Good timing. We get paid 3 here. We get paid 150 on the don't, and that's a great win, right? Let's put the bankroll back, right? There's the big bullet. There's the 150. There's 3, 3, and 3. That's that bullet, right? Our first bullet we already had back, right? The second one was 100, 50, 50, and 50. There's bullet 2. There's bullet 1. And there's a quarter in profit, right? So the move working as it gets higher or deeper into the system, I didn't put the thing in the right spot. As you get deeper into your progression, one move gets it all back for you, right? That's the way you do it. However, I only have 3 cracks at it, right? If we were still down, if this wasn't here and we were down, let's say we were down to here or something like that, you'd have to go back and play this one. You work your way back down the ladder again, right? It's dangerous because, again, you've only got 3 shots at it. And the shots get bigger and bigger and bigger. The next level from here, right? Once you're at this one, the next level would be 200, 100, 100, 100. That's the next level. Okay? So there we go. Oh yeah, it was user error. That should have been a don't pass bet. I'm sorry, Jen. Your next level is here, right? So think about to go 4 levels. Let's go 5 levels. The next one becomes 250. Again, you're always going up by $50, right? 250, right? And then half of that is 125, 125, 120. By the way, this is what Waylon does all day long. He figures out how much these levels have to be before he does his videos. A lot of work goes into this. So here's level 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's level 5. That's what 5 levels of a laddered horseman looks like from a bankroll requirement standpoint. What does it all add up to? I'm going to color it all up just so you can see what it takes to play a ladder. And I say this all the time. If you don't have the bankroll to ladder, you have no business thinking about it because it takes a lot of juice to make it work. So hold on, let me get all this crap spread out here. All right. To make a true 5-unit laddered horseman, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4. So 500, 1,000, 1,500, 1,900 bucks to get a 5-unit laddered horseman versus 625 to get a single-sized straight through process horseman. And again, your bankroll has the decision. You want to play a laddered horseman? That's fantastic. You better not try and do it from a quarter. You better be on the bubble craps if you have the $600 bankroll. If you want to be at the quarter level, you need 1,900 bucks to get it done. This is how Waylon figures out what his bankrolls are, by the way, right? Now, again, Jen says 1,900 to 125. In this particular case, I won 25, right? Very easily could have been 125 on the first shooter. You never know where it's going to come from, right? And if you work your way back down, I won that at level 3. You could have just gone back to level 2 and done it again at the next level down and worked your way backwards and try and eke more profit out, right? That was more an exercise of like, what does it look like when you win, and stop playing? So anyway, ladders, they are the secret sauce, but they're not for everybody. And at some point, right, the next level from 250 is 300, right? You end up being in my local casinos, table max pretty quick, even at the $50 bumps. So you got to be careful with it. Anyway, there's the horseman. We'll call it a win for the first one. The first round won the 75 bucks. That was a little digression over that, a little digression. But anyway, here we go. Pass line progression. Let's do that one. That's going to be a 6-unit play. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Why 6 units? Because when it works, you take one win and you parlay it. You take your second win, you parlay it. You take your third win and you stop playing and you win 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 units, right? I'm going to risk 6 to win 7, essentially, right? So if I win this parlay anywhere along here, I'm going to be in great shape. I'm taking 6 cracks at it to get it done. Now, what I'm going to do here is take 5 cracks of 6 times, right? Now, this is a little bit silly because if you get into your second one, you got to pull the move off multiple times. But we're going to give it six honest to goodness cracks at it, right? If you wanted to say, I'm not doing that, I'm just going to try it one time, right? Then what you would do is take a bullet like this, and I'll show you what I mean. Here is the six, that's what 6 bullets look like. But if you want to say, you know what, I'm not doing it 6 times. I'm just going to take $600. 4, 5. I'm just going to give it $600. One quote unquote crack at making this work. Either I lose 600 or I win 100, right? We can do this instead of this today. Okay, I'll move this over here. We'll do 1 bullet of black chips and say it's either going to work or it's not. I'm going to win a parlay 3 legs or I'm not. Versus trying to win a parlay of 3 legs and getting 5 deep and hoping that we can fight back. We can just go, here it is, one time and it's going to work or it's not. Here we go. Black unit on the pass line, and let's hope that this thing works. Let's go. Line progression. This one's going to be the straight up parlay. There's a yo 11 yo. Boom. Done for the day. You won your first bet. You can be done. Ta-da, right? Now, for fun, I'm going to lock that up. That's our win. I'm going to lock it up. But I'm going to show you anyway what that actually looks like. So there's our 6 units. There's our win. We're going to parlay it up. Let's see if we can't make the move work, but we're going to lock the profit. Now, this is just a for fun pretend play. Here we go. It's kind of boring when you win the first bet like that, right? It goes to the 8. Goes to the 4. Nobody cares. Just need that 8 to pay off for us, right? 6, 9, 4, 7. That loses. Can this thing win? Can it win? Let's see how 6 bullets. There's another one. Another little easy win. We're going to stack it up. And we got another 7. Look at that. 2 in a row. Right? Bammo. Again, at this point, you're up 3 units. However, we're going to make the move work, damn it. Another 7. Look at that. We have 3 come out 7s in a row. Right? There's the bankroll back intact. Those are our 6 units. And there's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 unit win. That happens so often. I'm telling you, the three parlay thing happens so often. It's crazy. All right. There it is at the black level. More meaningful wins for some of you, maybe, right? Versus taking 5 cracks and making 1 quarter, which I totally understand. All right. That's the line progression. Skill and luck. I did not see your comment yet. I'll come back to it for sure. Duracell 8 says, by the way, it says broke people shouldn't gamble or ladder. Bankroll, bankroll, bankroll gives you options. It's so true. The bankroll tells you everything you need to know, right? I want to play a horseman ladder. I only have $500. Well, tough shit. You ain't playing it. You're playing the straight up horseman. You follow me? Right? I want to play, Whalen's World's Greatest Strategy. I've got $350. Do it at the bubble craps machine. Do not do it at a real table. Your bankroll has everything to say about what you're going to do. All right, here we go. Next one is Newberry's ladder. So this one here, same kind of thing. We're going to take, this one doesn't really need bullets so much. This one it's a ladder. So when you do a ladder, you don't do a ladder in terms of number of bullets. You do it as a rolling bankroll. So I'm going to take this bankroll. We're going to go like this. We'll take the same number because it's been a fair number. 2, 3. I split my rack up into hundreds. There's 400. There's 500. And we'll do 500 and I think 50. 600 bucks. We'll do it at 600 bucks. We need some reds here. Okay. Reds are our ladder. We're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 50. We'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 500, 650 bucks. That's our bankroll. All right. The Newberry ladder is this. It's very simple. It's a don't pass strategy, right? It's a quarter on the don't and it's a flat bet, and that's it. Okay. If we lose, the next bet becomes 30. and we ladder up and ladder down, just like Waylon does. Okay, so it's going to be a straight up and down ladder. Okay, we're going to manage our bankroll. The minute we get 550, we're going to be done. Very simple. Matter of fact, I'm going to put the lammer over here so you can easily see when we're at 50 bucks there and 550 over here. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 50, $600. Okay, let's do it. Don't pass. Puck is off. Let's rock the Newberry ladder, and we got a 6 on the come out. This can be a grinder. This could take a minute. That's going to be an 8. That's going to be another 8. I love what Tony Leo says there. Your bankroll gives you the strength of reserves and the power to resolve, right? There's a comfort level in all that. There's a 9. But if you don't have it, you shouldn't be out there, right? There's a win. That's a $25 winner. You can call that one a win for the day if you want to. You won one and you're out, okay? We'll put it over here as our profit and say the Newberry ladder won a quarter. But I want to play it a couple times. So I want this to lose a few times so you get a sense of the rhythm of it. So we'll keep that as our win. This play here is for fun, just so you can see how this thing works. There's a come out 7, so we lose. That's perfect. Now we're going to come out at 30. And you got to work your way back down to base. Let's see if we can't rebuild our rack up here, right? There's a 9. There's an 8. There's a 7 out. So that wins 30 bucks. We put the reds back in, the green back in, and we come down a level. Take the $5 off, come down. It's a baby ladder. Right? Greens to red. And there's a loser. So now we're back out for 30 bucks. Five is the point. A 6. Another 6. And 5. We lose. So now we're out here for 1 and 2 reds. So you're going up by a red every time. We got to work our way backward. There's a 5 again. A 10. A 4. A 5. We lost again. 25, 35. Now we're out there for 40. Imagine if you were doing full ladders. 25, 50, 75, $100, right? You need to bankroll 2 ladders. All right, there's a 6 for the point. We're gonna beat this damn 6. Come on now. An 8. 5. Come on, 7. Where are you at? Where are you at? There it is. There's a 7. Great. That pays 40 bucks, right? We're going to come down a level, bring this back to the rack. You can see we're not quite here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 75, and not quite 50 bucks. We got to make this come down, all right? There's a 7. So we lose. Look at the ladder. Getting beat up a little bit, right? Takes a minute for ladders to work. There's a 3. I love it. Nice easy one finally, right? Don't apologize for the easy wins down here in the don't. Let's come down a level. There's a straight 50 over there. There's 475 over here. We're not quite there yet. We're not quite there yet. There's a 10. This is going to do it right here. This is the one. This is the one. Let's 7 this bitch out. Come on now. 8. 5. Come on, 7. Don't be that guy, John, right? Another 8. A 9. Come on. Come on. 7 out. All right, there it is. That's the win, right? So here's what's going to happen, right? We come down a level, but we put our money back in our bank, and before we come down a level, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bullets, plus the 50 bucks in red, which means we're done. When you manage your bankroll in a smart way, you always know, that's why I use Lammers, where I am. My starting bankroll is completely intact, which means I'm $45 in profit on the Newberry ladder. That's it. Right? Ladder up, ladder down, $5 at a time. You'll eventually catch the run you need, hopefully. This gives your bankroll a lot more longevity than a real ladder, right? If we had laddered to 45 bucks, remember it's 25 and 1, 2, 3, 4 losers, we would have been here on that last bet, right? You would have lost, in other words, you would have lost 25, you would have lost 50, you would have lost 75, you would have lost 100, right? To get to the same point in the ladder. Now, again, we only won $45, but to get to the same point in the ladder, you would have needed 250 bucks to get there versus us losing 25, 30, 40, $45, right? We're only down 100 bucks. You need half the bankroll to get through it. So the Newberry kind of baby ladder is a cool one, right? It's a low bankroll, low budget ladder that you can do if you want to play around with this stuff. And again, on bubble craps, you can ladder it at $1 or $5 and a $1 cap. 5 to 6, 6 to 7, 7 to 8, 8 to 9, right? You can ladder them up small. So that's the Newberry ladder. It's a fun one. And it's a low volatility ladder to get you kind of used to the idea of it and what your bankroll needs. All right, here we go. Next one is Uncle Angelo's backwall lay. Now you're gonna hate this one or love this one. This is gonna be too much fun. All right, here we go. The backwall lay works like this, and here's what it's gonna take to get it done. We're gonna probably take a few cracks at it, right? We're gonna lay. I'm gonna do it the bets first. Lay the back wall. All lay bets, right? 30, 30, 30, 30. 4 and 10 will have to be 40 each. They won't take a $30 lay at most places, right? What does that add up to? Okay. 30, 60, 90, 120, 140, or 120 plus 40 is, I think it's 160, plus 40 is 200. 200 bucks on the back wall. That's what it cost you, right? If you want to do this, right, your bullet size is this. 200, 200. Maybe we'll take 3 cracks at it. Okay, you don't need a lot of bankroll. Now watch what happens. Okay, when we catch a number, now if it wins, by the way, here's the win, right? The 4 and the 10, 40 wins you 20. The 5 and 9, 30 wins you, you know it, 20. The 6 and 8 win you a quarter. That's the payments on that, right? So if it happens to catch a 7, you win 25, 50, 100, and 30 bucks minus the vig. And the vig is going to be $6, $1 each. Okay, that's the win. 130 minus 6 is 124. Did I get that right? 20, 40, 60, 80, and 50 is 130 minus the $6 in vig, or actually minus the $1 in vig, so it's 129, right? We'll call it 130 for 1 when it wins. It's pretty good, right? When it wins. Now, when it loses, you cannot lose them all at once. You can lose one at a time, right? One of these will lose because it's going to become the point. You'll see we're going to bring them all forward. We're going to bet one time, catch the money back, and then go back and play. Here we go. We're going to look for that. We're looking for the big win on the come out. We're looking for a come out 7 only. Okay. 2, 4, 200, 400, 600 bucks. Okay. We'll leave the VIGs alone. I'm not going to dink around with white chips, but you'd have a stack of white chips over here that you're paying the VIG with. So you're going to buy them for $6.20. Okay. Here we go. Looking for a come out 7. The only way this thing wins is on come out 7. So we get a 9. The point's 9. We lose 30 bucks. I'm going to put it over here in the come, just so you can see it. We're going to bring the bets all down. Make them look like place bets. They'll give you all your VIGs back, right? The point is 9. Now you can place the 9 if you'd like to for 30 bucks out of your rack. I'm not going to. We're going to leave the 9 naked. Let them all hang out. Here we go. You ready? Are you ready? Let's go. We got a 9, of course, so the puck goes off, right? Lay them again. And in fact, this time, I don't have the extra money. We're not going to lay the 9. I wish I had the extra money. I should have. You know what we're going to do? We're going to take 100 bucks. Like this. I'm going to take 100 bucks and have it sitting here. We'll take a $700 bankroll. and have it here so we can go back out. I like to have the extra buffer here to kind of make those bets happen. All right, so here we go. Coming back out. All right, six is the point, right? There's the 6. We lose the 6. It all comes back down. Now, again, you can replace the 6. I'm not going to. Here we go. We got a 10, right? So 40 pays 80, 75, 80 bucks. Okay, now again, you're paying VIG on that win, right? We would have, all the VIG comes back. Unless we get it, all the VIG comes back, right? But we get paid our 40 bucks or 80 bucks over here, right? All of them go back up, or you can turn them off or whatever, right? We wait now. Now we just wait. We'll go back on the 6. We'll take 50 bucks back to the rack. And remember, we lost 60 on the way out there, right? So that's good. There it is. All right. So that's the first. There's 200 and whatever here. Let's do it again. PSO will destroy you on this one. PSO is super, super hard, right? Come out 8. 8 loses. Bring them all down. Looking for one number to roll. It's an 8, of course. Puck is off. They all go back up. We can put the 8 back. Let's get a come out 7. Where's the come out 7s, by the way? Another 8. Cannot seem to catch. We're getting all these. There's a 10. That's another 80 bucks. We're getting all the ricochets, right? There's that. And again, so far we've been kind of paying for ourselves. But check it out. We're going to be here. We have half our money back, right? If we take that over here and we come back over here, we should be, I think, there's our 200, right? This is our profit, 25, right? You're actually making money as the numbers hit, right? So you look for the $200 win up here or the 130 up here. When it comes down, you're going to make more money on a number than you lost coming out. Makes sense? So you lose 30, you win 35 on a 6 or 8. You lose 30, you win 40 or 80 bucks on the 10, right? That's the idea of this one. You just kind of go back and forth and you springboard it and you end up kind of by hook or by crook being ahead. There's your actual profit right there, right? Isn't that weird? It's a weird strategy. Anyway, Uncle Angelo, I think he's aging up a little bit now. He's a great guy. He was one of the original don't pass gurus on YouTube, perhaps way back, right? So I wanted to do a thing for him just because it's kind of fun. We may not play this one every day. I just wanted you to see it. So I didn't even track what I won there. I think I won 50 or 60 bucks. I think it was like 50, 60 bucks. Anyway, it was about that. All right, last one. Doers actually don't mind it, Gary. It's not that bad. What you do is you throw your 200 bucks up. You throw them 206. Lay the back wall, throw them $6. And then what they do is they lay it up. I'll put them up here like this. They put the lays up. And because they know what I'm doing, they put the dollars behind like this. They actually stack them like that. And when I say bring them forward, they give me the ones and they slide them up, right? You do it in such a way that all the bets are the exact same. Now, when I played it, and I played this at, where did I play this at? Fremont one time. And I did put the number back. So I lost 30, I put 30 back up there. So it's 230 bucks, right? And I would, and I got a lot of come out 7, so it worked, right? You get 130, 130, 130, and like, God, like my bankroll's huge. And then I would go back out there 160 across and play it out, right? You get your come out 7, and then they set a point, you're totally playing across for free, right? It's really cool. If you think about that, right? You got your $200 across on the back wall, right? Come out 7 wins you 130. They set a point of 9, you lose 30, but you're up front for 160 across, and it's covered, essentially covered. Fun little way to play. Anyway, I wanted to give Uncle Angelo a shout out today. All right, last one, Red Cross. Here we go. Red Cross, we'll do it at this level. I'm going to show you what the bet's going to be an Iron Cross, okay? The Red Cross requires this, 5 units on the 5, 6, or 8. So $5 units. 3 units in the field and 4 units on the line. Okay, this is the Red Cross. Waylon plays it with black chips. We're going to play it at a normal person's level. Okay, There's laddering here, but not here. Okay, and the way that works is anything in the box, same bet. Anything in the field goes to the box. Down here, it's a baccarat parlay. We're going to go here. Okay, what is the total outlay? It's 85, 100, and 20. So we need I'm going to say 125 for your base bullet. We'll just give it 3 rounds. I'm not going to go here all day long. We'll do 3 rounds of it. Okay. Plus, we're going to take another $200 for this to level up and ladder down here. We need a couple $100 to ladder down here. Okay. Yes, Waylon demos blacks, plays with other size chips, but I want you to see this because everybody asks, how do you play these things with the normal person's bankroll? Here's 120, $85, $120 per shooter. Okay. I got 125 per shooter here. I have an extra $200 sitting over here in case we have to ladder the line. The line's going to start dark and we're going to go back and forth and parlay it. Think of this as team play. One person's playing the baccarat parlay. One person's playing the iron cross. I'm doing it myself. So I'm treating this play and this play as 2 separate things, but from the same rack. So I know it's confusing. Person 1's doing this, person 2 is doing that. I'm both people because I'm just playing myself. Here we go. We're going to come out. This is the one that has the most opportunity in it. There's an 11 yo, so we lose the don't. Now, the rule down here is you don't ladder or you don't switch sides until you lose or until the puck beats you. So you stay where you are, but you do ladder on the losses, right? So this is going to be $40. We're going to take and go to $40 on the don't. We're still staying on the don't. You only switch sides again if you have the puck beats you. All right, there's a 5. So we're on the point of 5 again. Leave this. It's okay to leave it there. If the 5 wins, whatever. This is kind of a goofy little hedge. It's just for ease of use, keep it there. Okay, here we go. This is all about the field and the box. There's a 10. That's great. So it pays the field, $15. Okay. What you do with this money is up to you. I'm going to fill in the missing pieces with it. There we go. Fill in the missing spots from the field. I could press in here and make the 5 look like 45. I can do whatever I want to. I'm going to fill in the missing holes. You can do whatever you want to. All right. No, the field is off in the come out. It's off in the come out. So sorry about that. It's off. It's just there for visuals. That's an 8. That pays $35. Okay. We lose the field. I'm going to take the 25 as nickels. Field goes back. It's a net $20 win. Put your wins up front so you know how the shooter did. We're looking for a $100 win, right? If I can win $100 somehow, that's what we're going for. There's the 7. So we lose all of this. But the line wins. The line wins 40. Now, again, it's a parlay. So you parlay your wins one time. So the line has all that on it. The line's got the $80 on it. So you parlay it once. That's it. We come out. This is an interesting one, right? There's a 6 for the come out. Now we're fighting the 6. And again, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, cap, field. All right, and remember, this was $200 over here too. We have to still recover that $200. Let's go. Midnight. It pays $30 in the field. Isn't that great? Let's take that as reds. 10, 20, 30, which is great because we get the 10, 9, and the 4. Right, that one field hit gets everything. There's a 5. That pays $35. 25, 35, and that's a collect. Okay. We lose the field. So we'll put that back in the field. We'll take our quarter back and put a nickel back out of the rack. Okay. Field's back. So it's $20 net on the 5, 6, or 8. 1, 2, 3. That's a $15 winner. Booyah, right? Stack, stack, stack. There's a 10 that pays twice, right? $15 in the field. That 15 pays $27. Now look, the $27 that the box pays comes to the rack. The $15 that the field pays goes out. Rebuild the rack. There's an 8. That's great. It pays $35. Remember, we're going to lose 15. You're going to win 35. The net to you is $20. Come into the rack. Come on, Johnny. The net is 20. Lose 15, win 35. Your net win is 20. I'm just going to take the $20 home. There's a 4. Again, 20 pays the 27. I'm sorry, 20 pays 40. My bad. 40 for 1. Right? Again, I'm not going to deal with VIGs right here. But you also get paid $15 here, which is fantastic, right? So again, the 40 comes back to the rack. The $15 goes out. These are all quarters now. So the field has pumped the box full. Yeah, and now we have our cross bets. We have not paid for it, but we have some money in the rack. Actually, if I take this, watch this. There's that. There's 25 in red, right? If I build this side over here up, there's 75. There's one, what do you call it? 175, 185. This was 200. This was 600. Guess what? We're done. This was 200. This was 600. This is just missing $15, right? There. Now it's 200. Okay. This is done. This is done. This up here, profit, right? And again, if you're going to play the way that Ken's talking about, you're done. You got your money out. You're done. That's the red cross. The red cross is a good way to create opportunity. But now we're here. We're still working the parlay. You can stop playing. You're all good. Matter of fact, you can just say, you know what? I'm going to lock up $100 in profit, and we're going to play with the 50. Whatever, however you want to do it. We're going to keep the money because we're down $1,000, right? Let's win our parlay and get the hell out of here, right? There's the 7. How about that, right? $80. So the parlay on the line also pays for us, which is great. So that all comes back home. Look at us. Look at us making money today, right? There's $322 in the red cross today. Easy peasy, right? Make that look so easy sometimes, right? There's your win. Sometimes it works out where it's a good day and everything's simple, right? But that's the red cross, right? Why did it win today? 2 reasons. 1, the parlay worked. The line parlay resulted in how much win? That was $160 total wins. By the time we took the $20 to 40 and the 40 to 80 and won the parlay plus the 4 or 5 hits up here, you're in and you're out, right? That's playing it smart, right? Tomorrow we may get a bunch of PSOs and get destroyed. Who knows, right? Today it worked itself out. That's the red cross. We'll play that one quite a bit. That's the one home run hitter that we're going to go through every day, right? This is the red cross. Everything else will be kind of a grind. All right, let's go here and color everything up for our session. There's a black chip there. There's some black chips there. We did good today. Every strategy today won pretty easily. There's 100. All right, so that's a quarter. That's a black. So today, 575, 592. Our losses, 1, 2, 3, 4, 500. So this 500 eats up that 500. So we got some of our money back. This 75, we can take this black here as greens. And this 75 can chew up 75 of that loss there. So now our total losses are, where are we here? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, $650 minus the $18. So I'll take this $25 and we'll go 20, take $8 out of that. Yeah, that's right, $8 out of that. And that's it. So there's our loss. We're now chasing 625 and whatever that is, $633. Okay, that's our chase. There we go. All right. We'll put this back over here. This back over here. I'll get all this reset for tomorrow's play later. Let me go back over to the main screen and see y'all. Let's do that and that. And why is it doing the wrong camera? There we go. All right. Skill and Luck must have said something because he says, hey, make sure I check my P's and Q's. So he has a question for me somewhere. Let's go check it out. You always crack me up, Dylan. Let's look for questions first. So questions first. Can the attendee add items to the swag bag? Just drop me an email, Trey. It's john@procraps.net. We'll talk through that. Whatever you want to put in there, we can. Right now, there's only 4 people coming, right? So I'm deciding how many gift bags to buy. Do I buy? I was going to buy 25, right? But maybe we're only going to buy 10 or 15. So anyway, there's that. Drop me an email. Let's see. Dan says, play by the rules or by the seat of your pants? Never play by the seat of your pants, right? The rules are this. If I'm playing a ladder, I bring the bankroll required for the ladder and I play it out. Like the ladder is designed to survive, hit, survive, hit, and right. It's designed for that. Play it the way it's designed, right? If you want to switch what you're laddering on, I guess that's okay. If you want to go 6-8 ladder and it's not working for you, you want to switch to the 5 and 9, you want to switch to a don't pass ladder, fine. But start at your same levels. You got to make sure you get your levels right with that. It's hard to switch when you're in midstream on a ladder. But yeah, do not just run out there and try and do one of these and guess where your money's going to go. It's crazy town. All right, Skill says, how does the new player decipher what's a grinder and what's a home run? The grinder strategies don't build and keep playing. That's the difference to me. A grinder strategy is one that's designed to not keep on playing. So a home run play is what you'll see a lot, like go high, take 2 hits and regress down, and then keep playing, hoping for a hot shooter. You'll see most strategies out. Most crap strategies are that. Some measure of 6 and 8 spread out, or inside and spread out, or go across and come down, and then keep on playing. Those are home run hitting strategies, right? You ever hear somebody say the words get out of the hand and play? That's a home run or an opportunity driven strategy. A grinder play is more of one where you stop playing. I'll give you another good example. I hate to keep doing this. I always bounce back and forth, but let me show you something here that's a really good example of a grinder that feels like something different. Let's go, and this is another, I love Crappy the Craftsman, by the way. That guy's like Waylon to me, one of the great thinkers of the game, right? He just has some really interesting ways to play. This is a grinder strategy. Now watch this. This is called I Can't Believe It Wins. I love this one, okay? The puck is off. We roll a number. Let's just say it's the 9, okay? Doesn't matter what the number is. Now what you do on a win, you catch some chips over in the bank. On a win of $35, okay, what you do is I typically take the cap down, right? So we'll pull let's say it's the 8, or let's say it's the 10. The 10 wins. Now let's take the 6 wins for $35, okay? You'll take the bet down usually, right? But the first time you'll keep the reds and you'll put the don't as a flat, okay? When the don't knocks a number down, let's say the next roll is a 5. The 5 pays $35, okay? It goes behind the 5. The 5 comes down. Now you have a don't pass, right? Let's say that the 6 hits again, right? The 6 pays $35. Again, you come to the don't. The 6 comes down, right? And sorry, you keep your nickel there. You put the quarter in the don't. It goes to the 8. The 8 pays $35 as it gets hit, and it comes down. And what happens is you start removing bets, right? As the numbers hit, they come down, and it goes for the don't. Now you have 2 don'ts and 3 right side bets, right? The 4 hits for $50. That's great. The bet comes down. The quarter goes into the don't. It goes to the 6. That's great. You wait a minute. The 9 maybe hits, right, for $35, $35, right? Puck goes off. The 9 comes down. Quarter goes to the don't pass now, right? Put that there. And what happens is, let's say that the person throws a 7 here. All right. Well, your 10 was off. It was a place bet. Okay. That doesn't matter. The don't pass loses. That doesn't matter. But you get paid on your DCs, and all this comes down, right? That's as much as that strategy can do. That's as much as a strategy can do, right? It's a grinder. There's no opportunity for growth here. Once it's done, it's done. You put your bets up there and you're like, okay, cool. Well, I had my 150, my 160 that I started with, right? I got a couple $100 in profit. There's $225. That's as much as it can ever make. Like, that's it. Like, that was a perfect run. It's a grinder, right? Most of the time you don't get all of it set like I just showed you. Most of the time you get, and you win $35, right? That's a grinder. There's no way for it to capitalize on an amazing roll. Matter of fact, on an amazing roll, it probably ties or goes down a little bit because those don't pass bets. That's a grinder strategy. It's not designed to play forever, never, never. Most ladder strategies are grinder strategies because they aren't designed to play forever and ever and ever in a long roll. Waylon, you'll notice a lot of times just same bets on the wins, right? He's keeping it as simple as he possibly can. Same betting the wins because it's not designed to like hammer a table. It's designed to get money off the table, grinder style, right? The skill 66, which is a 2-move, right? Press and regress and then wait for a long roll. That's an opportunistic strategy. It's hoping for a good roll to take advantage of as long as it can possibly go, right? It'll grind in the early stages and then it'll hit home runs later on. That's the player. When you watch strategies, think about what's going to happen on a 50 roller. If what happens on a 50 roller is you win a unit or two, like a lot of these things do, it's a grinder. You're just going to, right? You're not going to care. Charlie from Drunk Guy Explains, right? 6 and 8, 6 and 8, 6 and 8, $12, turn your bets off, grinding it out $12 wins all day long, right? That's a grinder, right? The home run hitters are just going to hit it, right? Pedal to the gas, looking for 10 grand. Different mindsets. And again, I would not take my mortgage payment and go to a casino and cut my mortgage payment into 10 pieces and go out there and go, let's have a 50 roller today, please. That's not how you do it, right? I prefer to grind and win 50, win 50, win 50, win 75, win 25, win 50, and then go out there 64 across 5 times out of those wins and not grind and not try and destroy my real bankroll. There's a difference in mindset there, and that's skill. Hopefully that answers your question. Your other one was this: out of the 5 tries, what is the correct ratio of grinder versus home run, right? And again, you're talking about for the 5 strategies. Really what you want to see here is all of it. Like, I'm trying to give you a good balance of what is what's possible, right? Where the hardness comes in. And the thing of it is this, right? The skill 66 went down and so did duck and cover pretty hard the last couple 2-3 days, right? They got destroyed. And that's okay. Why is it okay? Because most of the time you don't go out there skill 66 or 110 inside and just pray for a miracle. Most of the time those are excess plays, right? You're playing that way with extra money or with your winnings or from a regression, and it's okay to let it burn if you're playing from ahead, right? Playing from a tie or behind in those ways is going to be pretty hard, right? And that's, I think you use the grinders to get you the bankroll to try a home run, or use the grinders to build your bankroll so you can play bigger grinders, right? Grinding for 25 hours kind of sucks, but if you win $75 like Ken just did 50, 60 times in a row, guess what? You're not playing for quarters anymore. Now you're playing for blacks, right? And when the blacks grind out another 5,000 in wins, now you're playing for purples. The same strategy, playing for purples. The horseman with 2 blacks and 3 black unit combats is way different than 5 green chips, right? And if that thing wins and wins and wins and wins, and all of a sudden you have a $10,000 buy-in, now you're at 500 and 250, 250, 250. And these PSOs start becoming rent checks. You follow me? There's an interesting way to look at that. All right, Jen says, did the Red Cross win as a paycheck in the series? Yeah, it did. The Red Cross went, I don't want to lie. It was 19-1 or 22-2, something around there. It was really good. It was the best one until Dallas Drawdown. It was the number 1 winner in daily paycheck until Dallas Drawdown. And again, we scoped it like I did today. What I did with the Red Cross then was we said we're going to take 3 hits and stop playing. So 3 field hits, 3 box hits, whatever it was, and we stopped. We scoped it to stopping at 3 hits, right? and then letting the line ride itself out. What happened a lot of times in that one was we get the PSO thing happening, and the don't pass parlay would end up really, really doing well and covering everything else up. So sometimes the don't pass would do great. Sometimes the box numbers would just start crushing it, right? I think I modified it and said, look, we'll take 3 box hits and be done. The field would go in a hot run, load the box up, and we go box, 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 and out. And all of a sudden, you've got $300 in your rack. Like, what happened? That's what happened with it. It wins from either side randomly. And so it's good to have the line play plus the box iron cross play as 2 separate kind of mindsets. And that's why it won so well. So anyway, that was a really good one. And it's fun. It's a fun one. All right. You're welcome, Wizard Luke. I'm glad today was a good show. I think I had a lot to say, and I wanted to make sure that we gave a good demo and some good time to it. So, all right, let's see what else is here. Georgia girl plays light side with your toes. Yeah, a little bit. Now remember on this one, what happens, and I got to go down here again because you got to see it, right? The red cross Georgia girl does this. Here's a really important piece of it. Let me get it set back up again. Let me actually do it with the blacks because I don't want to do it with a bunch of red chips. But here's, by the way, the big black level is this, right? It's 125, 150, 150, 75, and 100. Okay, it's the exact same thing, by the way, the exact same thing as the other one. It was 25, 30, and 30. It's still 5 units. It's 5 greens, right? It's still the same size. 3 greens and 4 greens. It's just different colors, okay? But here's the thing. If this thing goes down, let's say that we're on the don't pass, the point's 5, and let's just say we get a field win and it goes to the 9, 10, and the 4, right? And then you catch the 5. Here's what happens, right? You lose the field, right? The 5 would win 175, which is great. And you lose your don't pass, which kind of sucks. Now, the 175 is a collect. I'll put it over here. It goes into your rack, right? We'll put it up there. That's your rack. But you lost on the don't. The puck beat you, and you were out there for $100. What do you do in that case? Is this. You go out with a $200 pass line bet. If the puck, whatever the puck did, you switch sides and you ladder, okay? And it's a parlayed ladder. Now the puck goes to the 9, right? You put your field money back. See how that works? Right? You win $100 every time a box number hits because you put your field back, right? Now the field's in here. Let's say we catch a 4, whatever. Right? So the 4 wins, 50 here, 75 there. So you rack the 50 from the box. You press all these guys up. And then they hit the 9, right? They hit the 9, which is fantastic, right? It's a field win here. It's $70 win over there, $50, $70 win in the box, right? So the box pay goes back to your rack as a win. The field play goes back up in here, and you won your parlayed line bet. The puck is on. That comes over. You go back to your base level. And the parlayed line bet recovers what you lost on the previous one. That's the idea. The line bet covers itself, and sometimes it doubles up what you lost, which is fantastic. That goes up here as a win. You stay where you are until the puck beats you. You go to the 4, they 7 out, right? You win down here on the line. Everything else would have lost, right? And you still come out ahead. Even in that case, right? Little PSO action right there. There's your $500 that you started with, and here's whatever that is, $250 in profit, right? That's the red cross. You go back and forth when the puck beats you, and you ladder it up, and you parlay, and then you come back to base. That's the red cross. That was me and Waylon made that one up a couple years ago. It's a great strategy, super fun to play. I love that one. There's a lot of movement in it for you as a player. You can't play that one unless you practice it because there's a lot of shit going on. You got to know where things are going to go and how you're going to move stuff around. But it's super, I think, super fun to play. That's one of my favorites. All right, let's get out of here. It is work time. It's 8:53, but an hour today. It's supposed to be a half-hour show, but I get talking so much, right? Okay, let's roll through it. Again, I'm working on some channel. There's a couple new channels that are out there. These guys called the Craps Duo. Have you seen them yet? They've got like this really fancy background, and there's 2 guys kind of talk to each other. It's kind of neat. There's 2 guys on instead of 1 guy, so I think that's interesting. I'm going to do some more watching of their videos. We might even have them on and talk to them a little bit. And yeah, more of this, more of this, more of this. Hope today was a good one for you. And remember, fear, what if, faith, even if. Okay. Grinder strategies typically are, even if this happens, I'm going to be okay because I'm grinding it out, right? Not even if I get PSO'd 7 times, I'm going to make $1,000, right? That's not how it works, right? Even if, okay. I see a comment here from Holy Roller. Did I miss one from you, Brian? Where's Brian's comment? Brian says, oh, this one here, I should call the channel at ProCraps the House Edge and name the CGTV ProCraps. ProCraps is an epic name. I believe you there. I don't know. I do want the other channel to have a more general gambling spin to it. So maybe it is called the House Edge channel. Maybe it is just about House Edge. Maybe that's what we call it, House Edge. That's not a bad call, you know. And this channel here, the CGTV channel, I'm not even sure I'm going to use it anymore. Like, I'm going to keep it here, and like we can do like what do you call it? Arnell does the live fantasy craps from this channel. You know, I could use this channel for things like Friday night fights, like more that kind of stuff would be what CGTV is about versus teaching and videos and production over there at ProCraps. Maybe that's the way that it works. Maybe it's more like this channel is more just live goofing around and that kind of stuff. And, you know, maybe live practicing. I don't know. We'll see. That's my plan. All right, I'm out of here. You guys have a great day. Love y'all. God bless everybody. And I'll see you later. Bye.